Hamilton was born on January 11th on either years 1755 or 1757. He lived in the British West Indies until he was about 16, where he moved to New York and enrolled in King's College, which is now Columbia. Leaving before graduating, he became the commander of the New York Provincial Artillery Company and fought in the battles of Long Island, White Plains, and Trenton. In 1777, he was promoted to lieutenant colonel of the Continental Army and caught the attention of General George Washington, who made Hamilton his assistant and advisor. For the next 5 years, Hamilton wrote letters and composed reports on reform and restructuring of the Continental Army. Around the same time, he married Elizabeth Schuyler, and they had 8 children. After the war ended at the Battle of Yorktown, he left his position as an advisor to George Washington and studied law. He established a practice in New York City and was part of many important cases. He became the first Secretary of the Treasury during Washington's time as president, and he was the one who created the first national bank, which was against what the Democratic Republicans wanted. In 1804, he died in July due to a duel between him and Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr Jr. was born on February 6, 1756 in Newark, New Jersey. His father was a famous minister in the Presbyterian Church, and his grandfather was a famous theologian. Burr and his sister lost their parents at a young age and grew up with their uncles. Aaron Burr went to the College of New Jersey, now known as Princeton University, at the age of 13 and graduated at 16 in 1772. He became a soldier in the war and worked under Benedict Arnold and George Washington. After the war, he studied law and opened a law firm in Albany, New York. He married Theodosia Prevost and had one daughter also named Theodosia. His wife eventually died in 1794 of stomach cancer, and his daughter was lost at sea in 1813. He became a part of the Senate for 6 years until he was replaced by General Schuyler, Alexander Hamilton's father-in-law. This started the rivalry between the two. Eventually, he became Vice President of the United States in 1800, the third to be exact. In 1804, he was known predominantly for murdering Alexander Hamilton. This ruined his political career, and he moved to the West and died in Port Richmond, Staten Island, New York, on September 14, 1836. Hamilton-Burr duel. The Hamilton-Burr duel occurred on July 11, 1804, in Weehawken, New Jersey, as a result of the rivalry between Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr. The only death was Alexander Hamilton, who was shot with a Wagner pistol by Aaron Burr. Although this was prohibited in both New Jersey and New York, Burr was charged for the murder of Alexander Hamilton. However, he was acquitted of all charges. After this, Aaron Burr's political career was basically ruined, and this also ended the rivalry of the Federalists and the Democratic Republic. Politics and power. Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr had many differences when it came down to politics. For example, Alexander Hamilton, who was a Federalist, had a great idea in the National Bank, which also led to the idea of a central government ruling over the United States. Aaron Burr, on the other hand, was a Democratic Republican and anti-Federalist, which meant that he believed that there shouldn't be a central government, nor did he agree with the National Bank. Aaron Burr, unlike Alexander Hamilton, was the third Vice President of the United States, while Alexander Hamilton remained as an important politician. Alexander Hamilton also perceived the Constitution in more of a loose interpretation, and also he had a strong belief in active government, unlike Aaron Burr. Life of the mind. Both Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr were both very intelligent politicians. Both of them had different ways of growing up, though. Alexander Hamilton came from poverty, and he always believed that the elites were at the top. He had never wanted poverty and believed that no one could really achieve it, that anyone could go up if they wanted to. Aaron Burr came from quite a rich family, but he was more of a Democratic Republican as Thomas Jefferson, and he felt that farmers deserved so much more liberty than they had. Also, Alexander Hamilton, it is said that he had some kind of depression, which is why he was going against the wind as a duel that killed him. Therefore, he wasn't really going to win. he had wanted to die after suffering all his life. Also, Aaron Burr was said to have an incestuous relationship with his own daughter Theodosia, who died at sea in 1813.